Big up everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's been blessed. And this is another episode of Get Amped. It's a fan calling show where you lot just can come in and just chat. Chat about your team's performance, chat about other teams' performances, etc. etc. As obviously there's no one backstage at the minute. I'm gonna actually first and foremost big up to obviously Hannah and Oris as well earlier. Um, Basically we just kind of trial out a thing for the youngsters, give them the platform to be able to speak. So that's the new segment called Get Amped Light. So obviously, after 9 o'clock, the language could be a bit mad and stuff. So it's just nice for them to have their own space, be able to have their platform to talk and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, please still make sure that you're supporting the young ones as they go through their YouTube journey as well. Let me address a few comments. Smash the like button as you come in. Big up Rush with the popcorn always. Big up CM. Hope you're doing well, my bro. And all the work you're doing on Twitch is incredible. So keep it up. You know what's mad? Like, I think I drifted off as well at some point whilst like, and I woke up and I was just busting up laughing, man. That conversation last night was wicked. It was wicked. The light will be better than the old thing. Rah! Hello, talking with chest. I see you. I see you. So yeah, as per usual, just drop the link here. If you want to come in, come chat. But let's go through some of the weekend fixtures. So let's start with the Prem. So obviously lunchtime kickoff. That was Southampton 0, Manchester United 1. Goal from Bruno Fernandes. Brentford 1, Everton 1. And I think Everton took the lead in this one, actually. Yeah. Anthony Gordon, obviously, massive rumours. 1 second. Wait, I have to go to that. Nah, you're over 18, bro. You're cool. You're cool. You're over 18. Don't worry. And stuff. Did you catch the toasted bread with? Nah. See that. See, I definitely drifted. I think the last thing we were talking about was the financing and stuff. And then the next thing I remember since I woke up, I still had my earphones in my headphones in my ear and stuff and that. So yeah, it's all peak. But that was a wicked conversation. So yeah, Anthony Gordon, who's obviously currently linked with Chelsea, 60 million, I believe, including add-ons. And Yedot got the equaliser late on there to deny Frank Lampard's side. Brighton's had a very good start to the season. They beat Leeds. Pascal Gross with a goal. Trossard with another goal involvement. Fair play to him. Chelsea 2, Leicester 1. Obviously, big talking point there. Conor Gallagher getting sent off after like 27 minutes or so. Which I haven't checked Chelsea Twitter, but I'm sure they're all going nuts and like, no, he's not good enough and so on and so forth. I just don't think he fits Tuchel sits, to be my personal opinion. But 2 goals from Raheem Sterling and Harvey Barnes got 1 back for them. But Chelsea were able to hold out. Oh, Brendan Rodgers. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for him. Not looking good at all. Obviously, they're in financial problems as well. Actually, come to think about it, which is weird because obviously they just recently obviously had new owners. They won the league not too long ago. So it's kind of mad. Liverpool 9, Bournemouth 0. Now, see, I was getting all agitated in that. Mohamed Salah, you fraud. I obviously have Captain Salah. There's been 9 goals and he has 0 goal involvement. 0. My captain, 6 points. 6 points. I speak. But yes, Liverpool, great reaction. from their obviously defeat to Manchester United earlier in the week to put 9 past Bournemouth. And James, I know you've clicked the link, but I don't want to put you through that misery. 9-0. 9-0. I don't want to put you through the misery. Bless him. Like you've suffered it already. Like this. Yeah, you don't want to be talking about that game anymore. Manchester City 4, Palace 2. Obviously, we took a 2-0 lead at half time, and Haaland came clutch. He came up clutch. Listen, we played well. Well, we defended well first half. Didn't not so much second half, and Haaland took his goals well. He did what a striker does. He did what a striker does and got into them key positions and such. Last game on Saturday was Arsenal 2 Fulham 1. Arsenal's going a late winner after coming from behind. Big up, my bro. What are you saying?
What are you saying, Rich?
I'm good. I'm just gonna go over Sunday's results and then we can actually chop it up properly.
Cool.
Properly. Villa 0, West Ham 1. Gerrard. Aye, who's getting sacked first? Him or Rodgers? We're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah, brother, it's Gerrard, fam. Fraudulent guy.
Trust me. Wolves 1, Newcastle 1.
ASM's, you see ASM's goal.
It's mad. And I saw him clutching the hammies. I'm thinking, cool, we got them next Saturday. Listen, we need to pick up points, boy. And then obviously Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham 2. I tell you what, Forest played well.
They did. But obviously, Spurs, Conte got them grinding out results already.
Listen, that's what champions do. That's he's got that champions mentality, Conte. He's won the league. He's won leagues before. So that's a good look. Let's start with your boys. So lunchtime kickoff. You know how it is. You lose that game. You don't want to talk to no one for the rest of the weekend. But you've ground out, and I would actually. To be fair, I'm not going to use the word ground out because you're brilliant against Liverpool. But you got over the line. And that's 2 wins on the bounce. Talk to us about your thoughts on the game.
But yeah, like 2 wins on the bounce was obviously it was a much needed result. So last season we went to Southampton pretty much around the same time of the start of the season, and we drew 1-0, and we were lucky to come out of there with a point. They should have really beaten us towards the end. I think it was Adam Armstrong who had a chance. So to come away with a victory, I'm taking it 100% all day. Lifts us from, we were 20th at the start of last week. We're now 8th in the table. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of shows you how things can change. But in terms of the game, first half, very bright in terms of some of our forward play. I love the fact that we were keeping hold of the ball.
I thought you were going to mention your kit was bright. Boy,
the
sun shining.
Sunshine.
It's mad.
Yeah, it's all mad. It's all mad. I can't lie. It's all mad. But so in terms of I was just glad to see the possession stats up there. So we was kind of so we were pretty bright in the first half. We had a couple of chances, not anything too special. Sancho looked good in the first half, but kind of tailed off in the second half. But then obviously when the goal comes in, it's a great run off the ball from Elanga. Then Dallow's cross as well, and Dallow had a pretty good game as well, both defensively and offensively too. So it was good to see, and obviously it was a good finish from Bruno. For some reason, he's starting to stop with the kind of off the cuff type of balls. He's I feel like he's being instructed to just keep it simple, which is good to see because then obviously he can contribute a little bit more. I think also he's benefiting from the fact that there's no Ronaldo as well because they operate in the same spaces when they're on the pitch. Last season we saw him getting into those same places but not actually getting any goals, not really getting any contributions in terms of assists either. I think with Ronaldo kind of being phased out as of right now, depending on what his situation is going to be over the next few days, he's looking real he's looking real good again, or looking like he's himself again, which is good to see. In terms of Malacia, played pretty well. He wasn't as good as he was against Liverpool. I think, young player in a big game like that, the emotions start to take over. And so you play better than you would in a kind of a game where, it's I think arguably it's better than what do you call it? Than it was last week. But yeah, it's all good. Martinez, man of the match. I think 2 games in a row. Won 5 out of 5 of his aerial duels. Won 100% of his ground duels. I was saying that I wanted to see how he would adapt to a different type of forward, because you know with Liverpool it's a bit different with the way they attack. Like a lot of it's coming from the wide areas, right? But with Che Adams, you have a different proposition. He's somebody that's going to really back into you. He's not really cute with the way he does things. Like he's very direct. So he would want to get up close with his defender, his opposition defender, and try and unsettle them. Do you know what I mean? With his strength, with his power. Do you know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting that the clips that I saw after the game when I rewatched it back, like Martinez was very aggressive towards him, like made sure that he wasn't going to get targeted or bullied by him. And to be honest with you, to come out of that with 5 out of 5 aerial duels won, 100% of your ground duels won, like, and just watching him, just like in terms of the way he plays as well, like he's one of them kind of players that plays on the edge. So it's like it could go horribly wrong if you're not composed or if you don't time things right. It can go very horribly wrong, but he was just composed and timed everything right in terms of tackling, interceptions. And for him to get another man of the match performance, hey, I'm taking that, man, because everybody was caning him after the Brentford defeat, saying that 5'9" centre back, he's not going to make it in the Prem. And the other 2 games on, now all of a sudden he's looking real good. And then I think finally, just for the team, like, you know, to get those 2 wins now, arguably this Southampton game was bigger than the Liverpool game, because like we've seen over the last several years, this team will get a big result against one of their rivals in the Premier League, and then all of a sudden, second game that they play after that is against a lesser side, and then we drop points. This time around, we've taken the 6 points here. We're moving ourselves up the table. We've got a tough game away at Leicester in midweek. I know people say grand scheme of things, I think Leicester are bottom with 1 point. Hey Chino, relax. Relax, Chino. Yeah, vibes, I can see you in there. Don't start hating. Basketball coming soon. Yeah.
Now you know what? It was after a comment was said, because obviously we're gonna get to City. But obviously you have your viewpoints on a certain striker.
Okay.
I mean, we'll come to that in a minute.
All right, cool. So so like Leicester obviously bottom of the table, so they got something to fight for on Thursday. So it's going to be a big game, and obviously we need that momentum going into that Arsenal game. You know, Arsenal currently top of the table on Sunday. We need to have some sort of confidence booster again before going into that game and see what we can do. Obviously, Arsenal's record at Old Trafford isn't great at all. I think it's 1 win in, I want to say 16 or 18 years. And I remember it, 2005, Adebayor scored at Old Trafford to win, like very late on. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see what happens out of that game. Is this a different Arsenal side, or will they crumble like how they usually have at Old Trafford? And all of that. And then obviously, yeah, man, for Ten Hag, it's another victory for him. Let's see what happens going into this game. And yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely. You know we'll come into some of your transfers in a minute. Let me just some of the comments. Big up Niall. Not too far off, but don't worry. When it comes, it comes. We slow progress. But I appreciate you.
But yeah, people, you need to, if you're there, you need to be watching these streams back as well. If you're not going to watch it live, like watch 100%. It back as well, because that helps. You know what I'm saying?
There's so much to it. Like a lot of, like, you don't want to jump into these things without you've got to read the thing properly.
Yeah. You know, so if you're not going to finish watching it tonight, make sure you watch it on the playback tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And obviously, make sure you go and subscribe to Pros Only Sports. I know obviously basketball season starting up soon as well. So I also football, basketball, F1, and I'm missing something.
Yeah, we got boxing, MMA. There's a few fights coming up over the next few months that we're going to be looking into. So it should be really good still.
Hunchback Kane is closing into shit. Listen, he came clutch today, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's even with missing a penalty.
Trust me, Rev, but he still ain't won a major trophy in his career though, so it's a bit peak still. I can't lie.
Let's talk City. I mean, we haven't done a match reaction just as yet, but it was a game of two halves. For me personally,
100%.
I felt Mitchell went down. I think it was like the 48th minute or so. And then 3 minutes later, Silva scored. And that all stemmed from after that switch of play to Silva.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell couldn't get up.
Yeah.
Obviously, it got a little bit of a deflection and stuff. These things happen, you know. And whoa, nah! Look who's come from the dead. Yo, Leo.
Yo,
where you been hiding?
Mate, I have been very, very busy in my life.
Have you got your
I'm
phone
alive.
or
I'm alive.
yo, Leo, turn off the YouTube. Turn off the YouTube.
Have you got your mute YouTube?
Yo, Leo,
Yeah. Sorry. Feedback.
I'll do it for him. But yeah, look, you can't give Erling Haaland that time and space in the box. And we did so well first half. Second half, he just the momentum shift was just mad. Like once they got the one, it was like, how many can they get? You know,
and this is the thing. You know, somebody was saying in your watch along, they were saying, "Oh, City ain't come back from 2 goals down," and I was like, "Yes, they have."
Yes,
bro.
they have.
Like, I don't know. They've done it before. Like, I don't know why somebody said that in the stream, but yeah, fair enough, innit? But like, yeah, man. Like, how did you think? How do you think Palace were going to approach that second half? Obviously, going 2-0 up, yeah. Like, what was the mindset? Was it because like I caught the first half and then I had to just pop out for the second half, so
yeah,
I haven't really watched the highlights back, but what was the mentality like? Was it we're gonna hold on to what we've got, or are we just gonna pick our moments? Like, what was it like?
It was definitely more the same. Because I don't think we did anything wrong. City had all the possession, but I don't think they created, apart from Foden's header, they didn't really create anything clear cut. Don't get me wrong, we ended up scoring 2 goals from set pieces. So I'm not saying I don't think we created anything clear cut either. But you don't naturally go to the Etihad and go all guns blazing. It's suicide. So I think what the plan was to go out and just try and keep it maybe 10, 15 minutes, keep it tight. Like I said, by the 51st minute, they'd scored. So they scored very early in the second half, you know. Yeah. And when Mitchell had to come off, it just mashed up our whole, like, don't get me wrong, City were on top. I'm not going to say that we deserve to win. It's just the disappointing aspect of being 2 goals up.
I mean, if you get 2 goals at the Etihad now, like you want to come out there with a result. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you know. Obviously, there was 2 massive talking points. First, obviously, Erling Haaland, should he have been sent off? Yes or no? It's whether you constitute that dangerous play. To me, he looked like his eyes were on the ball throughout. Yeah, but then his legs were very high. So it's interpretation there.
Yeah, but then also he lowered his head, man.
And slightly, he did. But I wouldn't say too much, slightly.
It was all in the motion. Like, definitely Haaland was nowhere near wanting to do.
Yeah, there was. I wouldn't say there was intent.
No.
But Rich, you said it. It's about interpretation. If the referee sees it that way, then all of a sudden it's a red card, and then we're talking about it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
The second talking point. Now, I rose the ball into the net.
It should have been a goal. It should have been a goal.
And the ref decides to blow his whistle.
That was a goal
before the end of the phase of play. Now, obviously, to him, he thought there's an infringement as such. But had he just waited, he could have got assistance.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? Because I've looked at it so many times. I've tried to catch different angles, and Ederson's just had a howler.
It was a goal, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one thing I saw, because I saw that clip on Twitter, and I was like, "Yo, that's a goal." But then it's like, I don't know, like, you know how, like, I feel like there's still confusion about VAR and how to use it in the Premier League, like, still, like, because I thought that the rule says that you got to wait for the phase of play to end before, you know, running it back on the replay or something, getting assistance from the people in Stockley Park. But if the ref can just intervene like that, because of what he's seen or what he believes he's seen, then, boy, like, I don't know what to say. VAR is still confusing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just so interesting that had he done nothing, it would have been looked at.
Yeah,
you know,
and then you can review
I
it.
reckon we would, and I reckon it would have stood, you know. But it is what it is. Haaland, though,
he's gonna kill everybody. I'm taking it back. My agenda and all this stuff, I'm taking it back. I said only 15 goals. Cap. Hey, nah, he's getting 15 by December. I don't know whenever it's gonna be. I'm taking it back. He's killing us. Killing everybody.
That third goal just showed what a bully he is. Like it's
he's killing us. He's killing us.
He just stood there, like he powered off the defender and literally just placed it. Had time to place it. It's just a like complete instinct. The fact all he had was 8 touches in the first half,
and 8 in the second.
8 in the second, 8 in the first. That's all he had, and then a hat trick in the second half. You just think, and I said it to my dad today. Funnily enough, we were talking about him. He reminds me so movement wise, or like what we say touches wise, he's all like a bit like Van Nistelrooy and Inzaghi. But then you got the hold up play, which is very Ibrahimovic-esque and like just a powerhouse in regards to just holding up the ball. So he's just this hybrid player, and you rarely see these hybrid players come through. He's just some form of hybrid that I don't know what they're giving for breakfast, but honestly, the guy is legitimately a very scary player. Very, very scary. And you know what? There's a very good chance that City will do something in that Champions League this year.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that because the Yaya Toure judge is strong.
He might have lifted it with what he said the other day.
For what? Lifted it for what? Don't lift that. Nah, that's strong because as long as Pep is there, that's not happening because hey, him and Pep got beat. Seriously.
You know what? I just want to touch on the
but they're serious contenders though.
I just want to touch on what you said about his movement. Like when I looked back on 2 of the goals, his intrinsic instinct to make sure he's there for tap-ins is mad.
Inzaghi, isn't it? Or Yondal Thomason all over.
I think it was his second, where Joe. No, it won't be his first. Joe Wood scuffs it. No, sorry, John Stones scuffs it. Like
it goes up.
Who's
goes
there?
Out.
Who's there standing back post?
Boy.
Tap-ins, and it's incredible to think like 16 touches all game.
Yeah, and he did that in the last game, and he got criticised. But
I think what City have started to realise now that, and especially with Foden, because in the past he's not passed the ball, he's not squared it. They're starting to get balls into the box a lot quicker now.
That third goal, they've definitely worked out in training how to play him. Like if you watch from the first game he played with City, where he was doing the runs and no one would actually lace the ball through. City have never had that. City have never had that. Had the Agueros, but they never had that kind of direct play. And now they have that direct play. They're starting to get that whole kind of understanding. And honestly, my standout player for that game is Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that guy, they need to keep him. They cannot sell him, man. He is very, very good, man. Yeah. And actually, his game's gone from this to this. It's like they obviously got rid of the other Silva went, and he came in, and you're thinking, really? And actually, it's like for like, where the goals come in thick and fast. But his movement is paramount as well, and his vision is just really like it's just. Yeah, it's just second to none. But then if you're looking at who's having an off season at the moment, and I think De Bruyne has been misfiring the last few games as well. To be honest, I haven't seen much from him.
He's been all right. Like it's not been the scintillating stuff, but
no,
you can't write him off.
I think
never write him off.
Yeah, I think he's one of those that he kind of has to build himself into the season. So early on, like you don't really see much from him, but once we start hitting that middle point of the season, then he's gone. Like that's one thing I've noticed over the last few years. Plus, he's getting older too. Do you know what I mean? So kind of have to watch that a little bit still.
100%. Last bit on City before we move on to Chelsea.
Raheem. I was about to say Raheem. We need to talk about Raheem.
Yeah, and then we'll come to Arsenal because I know he wants to talk about top of the league and stuff. You know, I've got to give Pep a lot of credit. That double substitution changed the whole game. bringing on Gundogan and Alvarez, because what they did is they made runs. Because City normally they play around the box.
They gave you the runs, bro.
Alvarez and Gundogan were just making runs, and our defense was getting pulled all over the gap. So for game management wise, Pep, fair play. But it was disappointing to obviously lose a 2-goal lead. Leo.
Yep.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
You're very Jekyll and Hyde.
I can't deal with us this season, mate. Like Jekyll and Hyde. Like I just want to. Like no, I'm just not. No, like we need a striker, bro. That's what we need. We need a striker. We need our midfield to be sorted. Like get John Gallagher back. Like feel free, bruv. Like genuinely, like I was watching. Obviously, it wasn't the matches weren't being televised. It was just Sky Sports. So I was watching it, and I was like, Gallagher sent off. I was like, after 27 minutes. I was like 28 minutes, and I'm like, come on, man, what? So we straight I thought we're definitely going to get either completely planted here, or we are going to do some turnarounds. And to be honest, like the early goal from Raheem in the second half, there was a bit of fortune about the shot, but to be honest, it was his shot would have gone in that direction, but obviously just a little deflection gave it just a little bit more effect as well. And it was just nice to see him get off the mark and have like probably that burden off his shoulders as well. And then obviously the second one came in nicely as well. And he could have had a third, to be honest, but he didn't put it away. So I think we're starting to see some sort of light at the end of the tunnel in regards to Raheem, but I think we definitely need to sort out this whole striker situation because Kai Havertz won't hack it. And if we're playing Milan in the Champions League, we are definitely going to get boned. Definitely.
Speaking of striker, you are linked with ex-Arsenal striker Aubameyang.
Yep.
However,
United have just come in with it.
Oh, wait, what?
United are coming with a bid, went in with a bid for him as well.
No, we ain't, fam.
But I mean, United have just signed Anthony. So
but United have jumped in on it as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying they had jumped in on it. If Anthony's gone through, then obviously they'll pie that off. But I don't know, mate.
I was going to ask because obviously there's reports saying that if you can't get Aubameyang, that you're going to go after Wilfried Zaha. Now, would he then? I mean, to me, he's a winger.
Yeah,
would he
that's just like having Raheem on the left. We got him on the right, and I mean, how many wings? We need a striker, and they want who is it? They wanted Gordon, isn't it? Is it Everton?
100 million.
100 million, bruv. Are they smoking crack?
Lampard said 100 million.
100 million. Lampard's like a dickhead. No, I just seriously like. I think we need to look a little bit and not with all these bait strikers and start doing what I know it sounds funny, but something like what Milan have done, to be honest. Like, I don't know what happened. We got rid of Giroud, and Giroud seems to have this second lease of life at Milan. He scored another, like, how the hell he scored it yesterday? I have no idea, but just this scissor kick.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. It was like over his shoulder, innit? It was like
over his shoulder. Him and Leao. And I was just like, bruv, like, this is a team that was struggling to even... like with all these unknown players to where they are now, you got like Leao is worth 150, and it's just mental. It's mental, and Chelsea were interested in Leao as well. But me and my dad was having a chat about it again today because obviously he's a Milan fan. But the amount of money we'd have to fork out just to get him, so they want 100 and something at 150. I think is Milan one. Then you'd have to pay something to his ex-team as well. Lyon, was it? Or Lille or someone, wherever he came from. It's just money coming out. It's just not worth it.
At this stage, you know, like in the transfer window, you're not going to get like anybody like worthwhile. Aubameyang is probably the best you can get because, like, to be honest, Barca just want to get rid of it.
But then he knows the Premiership. But the problem is, look at what he done at Arsenal, man. Like, he completely...
disrupted that dressing room.
Yeah, and that's my problem. He's another, you know, I don't know how I'm going to say it, sound like he's another kind of spearheaded figure, but then like it's like at United where everyone was playing for Ronaldo and the guys on the bench and the team just play a bit better, a bit different. And actually started to realize, do not he shouldn't be using his ego. So he seems to have simmered down where he was on the boil, like, I need to do this and this and this. But now he's obviously started to understand the manager's the manager, and he's not that prolific. So I'm going to say, I don't know if I want Aubameyang, man, because the thing is, I think he'll score goals for us, but he needs to come in with his tail between his legs and get on with what he needs to do, to be honest.
That's down to
Tuchel. Score goals.
That's down to Tuchel, though, isn't it? Like, wouldn't he come in, establish, like, I'm the manager, you're listening, this is how we're going to play.
And he's got the rapport with Tuchel because he played with him at Borussia Dortmund. So that's where I'm going to say is our saving grace. But he's not going to be the same Aubameyang that he had at Dortmund. He's going to be this player that's been obviously around now a bit. I don't know, man. I know if I'm for Arsenal, I think Arsenal kind of.
It's a short-term thing, right? Because it's just like you got to think, all right, for the next year and a half. Yeah, year and a half, you utilize him, and then you use that time to try and scout properly to get somebody younger in that position. That's what you do, rather than struggle now for the rest of the season with no striker and just makeshift kind of. Like,
do you want to bet we end up getting Abraham?
If you get Abraham, that's a madness. Because I
don't. Watching, they're gonna go Chelsea like Chelsea like a fucking washing machine, man.
Yeah, in a couple of years, I can see that happening. Yes, or even in a year, I can see that happening. Yeah, next summer potentially.
I'm surprised we didn't bid for Mo Salah as well while we're at it, because obviously ex-Chelsea. This is what I'm saying to you. It's just like this whole reverberation. We let go some players that are just paramount. Like, if you're looking at what Abraham's doing at Roma at the moment, this is what he was playing like this when Lampard was manager, and he was the only striker, and he was banging goals. And actually, I was really enjoying the movement there, because actually you're seeing our youth system being used. Mason Mount, and then you had like Loftus-Cheek coming into play, and all these players are starting to be utilised. Hudson-Odoi, what happened? Money came back in. All of a sudden, we're getting all that other players coming in, and just our youth systems kind of being depleted again and being put on loan or selling. Chalobah, he's sitting on the bench. Actually, Chalobah, I like Chalobah. I think we should start playing him more often. But we're looking now. Obviously, we're getting more defensive. Koulibaly and Thiago Silva is about 106 now at the back. But you know what I mean? I get it, but it's just. Was that Abraham needs to what? Should relax and stay put. I think he definitely needs to stay put. Mourinho's getting the best out of him. And I watched the Roma-Juventus game as well. Freaking Dybala gave him a gift and a half to man. His finishing was just lovely, lovely header, man. I was just, not impressed.
Well, to answer your question earlier about Gallagher, if he comes back to us, happy days. I don't want to spend 35 million on him, though. I think we could go get 2 midfielders for that. But I think we definitely need one midfielder, 100%.
Yeah.
We need another left back. We are struggling.
One Bissaka. I'm joking.
We'll give you Bissaka, though.
Yeah.
You want it,
if it's a loan with an option to buy for like 10 mil, then cool. Yeah, but like,
I need 20. I need at least 20 mil. I need at least 20 mil. I'll throw in Maguire too, fam, and Phil Jones.
Maguire,
for what?
Just for value, innit?
That leaves us a deficit.
just to attach value, innit? Just to attach value, because that 10 million is a bit light, fam. You know what I'm saying? Just take a light Phil Jones and a light.
Taking Maguire and Phil Jones is like, you might as well be bankrupt.
It's like taking Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder at the same time, bro. I'm telling you this now. Or you're getting that was Stephen Hawkins on the pitch. No point, mate.
Right. The guy's waited patiently. He's got a massive smirk on his face. T, go on, let's talk about Arsenal. Very good start so far.
Yeah, man. 4 wins out of 4. No one else has done it in the Premier League. And you know what? It was a different type of performance as well that we saw. I didn't actually think we performed that badly. It was just in the final third, we just quite weren't at it. We weren't as sharp as we have been in the other games. But I felt like throughout the game, we was always going to score. And it's good to feel like that when, you know, we've had injuries. People will question us, what about when Arsenal start picking up injuries? When we start...
Wait. 30 mil! Sorry.
Hey, I told you, you can bring your little 10 mil, yeah, but I'm giving you Maguire, Phil Jones, You can even have some of those other young bucks as well, fam, if you want, fam. You can have Ahmad too, fam.
30 mil, I'd rather stick with Ward and Clyde. 30 mil, you're getting mad. Sorry.
So yeah, man. Looking at that, the fact that we missed Zinchenko and Partey, I do think that we missed their elements because they have been very good at progressing the ball progression through the middle for our third and through the middle third. We missed that a lot. And in transition, Partey gives us that through the middle centrally. He's so good at that. One of the most underrated skills, because when you think of Partey, you think, he's going to be very energetic. He's going to be breaking down play, but how he always thinks forward when he receives that ball and breaks the lines, he's phenomenal at that. And we missed that. And the same goes for Zinchenko as well. He does that very much so from that left side, that left center position. We missed that. But yeah, it wasn't as fluid. And I do think those injuries were the big factor. Seeing Kieran Tierney come back in, he plays completely differently to Zinchenko. And I actually think that affected Benjamin White's performance in the first half too, because it was quite heavy on that left. We were very heavy because Kieran Tierney's there getting chalk on his boots, and then Ben White is tucking in, and because he's playing in those middle areas, just in that right half space, and it makes it very left heavy, and it doesn't have that symmetry that you have when you have Zinchenko there. So but we was, Saka, he wasn't looking too great. He wasn't looking so sharp. And that's where, we want to see rotation. If we want to get to that level where, Arsenal fans are getting pretty excited to right now, we need to have that within the squad because that's the standards that Manchester City have set. So, but yeah, man, we always felt like we was going to score. Gabriel, to make up for that mistake, you know what? That's mentality, man. He has got a rocker in him. We know that. And I do think it was a dodgy pass from Saka. When you played the game, you never played a ball across your box like that with that high arcing ball. But, the blame was Gabriel. Mitrovic, he was a nuisance all game. He's going to be a problem for a lot of defenses. It's going to be interesting, Roland speaking about Martinez early on, see how he does against Mitrovic, because you can be aggressive on that guy, but he's so strong. There was so many times and so many occasions Arsenal were trying to bounce bodies off him, but they were going absolutely, he was holding it up really well. But you know what? To combat Martin Ødegaard, what a baller that is. He receives a lot of criticism within our own fan base, let alone that non-Arsenal fans. I expect that if you're not an Arsenal fan, but you really got to appreciate what that guy does. And if he didn't score, then I don't think a lot of people still would appreciate him, because he plays well when he doesn't score. Even against Palace, he didn't have a great game on the ball, but he helped back a lot defensively, winning the ball back, helping, doubling up on Zaha on that left side. So yeah, man, it's just feeling good at the moment. Of course, we've got bigger tests to come. I think we'll comfortably beat Villa, in all honesty, with their state. Manchester United away from home. Old Trafford's not a happy hunting ground for us. So if we do go, even if we grab a draw, I'm all right with that. But if we go and grab a win in that situation, then spirits high, but we're still very early on in the season, people.
Ron, what's your thoughts on Arsenal on their start?
It's been a good start, man. I think they've trusted in Arteta and what he's tried to do, and the key thing I think has been allowing him to make the decisions for the team specifically. So you saw early on in his tenure, they were making decisions above his head, bringing in the likes of Willian and keeping certain players who had run their course at the club, giving Aubameyang a new contract and all that. Giving him the space and time to be able to push those players out, bringing the players he wants to, make the decisions he wants to. Like, I know a lot of Arsenal fans, when he sent Saliba on loan, they were angry. I remember that. And then he was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to let him go out on loan, let him get some first-team football, let him do what he needs to do on the pitch, then I'll bring him back. You saw last season, he was Young Player of the Year, I believe it was, comes back into the Arsenal side, and now you can see, very confident. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of tests he's going to get from other types of strikers in the league. He's been very comfortable so far. Let's see what he can do when he has a few tougher tests. But I think there's a lot of confidence in that squad. I feel like there's a lot of belief in that squad. They believe in the manager. It's a young team, so they're going to have trust in that manager that's giving them that chance. Their aim is top 4 for this season. They need the top 4, because last season, for them not getting there, they need it this season. I think they're a couple players short as well. I don't know what they're going to do in these final 4 days of the window or whatever. I think they need another forward. I think because I know Tariq was mentioning Saka, him looking a little bit off the pace. There's been talk about Neto, potentially Zaha as a rotational option, because obviously it's a long season as well. You're competing in Europa League as well. That comes into play. I think maybe in midfield they might be a little bit light. So they probably need somebody else in there as well. But right now, hey, Arsenal fans can be happy, man. That's 4 out of 4 in it. So there's nothing else you can do. Let's just see how they react when there's a tough game. That tough game is coming on Sunday. That United Arsenal game, I can't wait, because last year Tariq knows what happened, fam. You know what I'm saying? We was on the watch along, and man like Ronaldo grabbed a couple. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens next week Sunday.
Big up, JC.
How you doing?
Good. Have you been able to recover from yesterday? Defeat.
Oh, I'm fine. I was going into that thinking we was going to get slapped about anyway. So coming out of it losing isn't really that big of a deal, because that's what we thought was going to happen in the first place. But it does sting a bit more to come from 2-0 up. But it's what it is, man. You got probably the best goal scorer in the world, who, bear in mind, probably should have been sent off. And bear in mind, we probably should have had a third goal. But honestly, with them playing like that, how do you beat them, really?
Very good point. Very good point. Since the chat's actually going off about this Man United Arsenal thing, so let's talk about it for a piece. Let's talk about it for a minute. Tariq, how do you go about beating Man United?
Oh, do you know what? It's quietening down Old Trafford, because the fans are going to be up for it. We saw it against Liverpool. It's how you start the game, scoring that first goal. And someone did say that. Scoring that first goal is going to be vital, because I think now we're in a much better position to control games. I know we scored against you in the last one. Emil Smith-Rowe from that dodgy corner. David De Gea once again doing David De Gea things. Yeah, man, it's going to be scoring that first goal, quieting it down, and making sure United have to have the impetus, because if United's counter-attacking threat is going to be dangerous. So I do think that initially, if you don't score an early goal, if neither side does, I think we will dominate possession, because I think we've got more of a settled side. We're more of a unit where we know what we're doing, because we've had 3 seasons now with Arteta coaching. We've got a settled unit, so I think that we will have the foot on the ball, but it's about grabbing that early goal, man. Don't let United fans. It's managing games away from home. It's probably one of the hardest things to do in the Premier League. Away from home is anyone. Palace, you know what? You did it yesterday, and you also did it against Liverpool to a certain extent. You know what? It's crazy, and that's why Vieira deserves so much credit, and that's what I've got to look for Arteta now. Can he manage it? Can he make those substitutions, those correct ones, away from home? It's going to be big, man. It's going to be a huge one, and Anthony, that's going to be his first game at Old Trafford. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one, man.
Roland, I'm going to come to you about how you beat Arsenal in a minute, but I just need to clarify something. Hamza, how old are you now?
17.
Yeah, you're too young.
I got locked out. I said one word.
Wrong answer, bro. Is your birthday today? Anyway?
You know what?
Do what you do on your Facebook when you made it when you was younger. You made yourself 18 of the day.
You know
That's
what
how it is.
I was just scrolling through the comments, and my guy goes, "Get me on now." Like, who's he talking to? Is he all right? All right, you can sit there. You get told off like I am a school teacher. You know that. Roland, how are you beating Arsenal?
Man got put in detention.
Boy. How do we beat Arsenal? I think Tariq mentioned it already. Right now, we're relying on this counter-attack because we're still in the kind of teething stage of Ten Hag trying to implement what he wants to do on the pitch. You're seeing elements of it in certain places with some of the players he's got. So you look at Martinez, for example, very comfortable on the ball, can bring it out from the back, and he can start an attack. I saw it a few times yesterday. But then from the forward side, you still have the likes of Rashford, who's only going to be utilized for his pace, unfortunately, trying to hit Arsenal on the counter. Sancho's in spells. I'm still waiting to see what he can do on a consistent basis right now. Like, you see it in little spells, but it's not consistently through a 90 minutes. Like, I don't think he's finished many games for United 90 minutes since he come to the club. So that's going to be interesting to see. We have to be aggressive. Like, Arsenal, just through the years, haven't really coped well with physicality in games. So I want to see what happens when we start being aggressive and trying to do our thing on that side. How they're going to withstand that, because generally when they've gone away from home just throughout the years, the team that is the most aggressive against them usually takes the points off of them. But yeah, we're going to be reliant on that counter attack. And yeah, we just got to take our chances in that game, to be honest with you. Arsenal are going to be full of confidence. You got to try and shut that down from the door. Like, you can't just allow them to go there and start popping it around and doing what they do, get an early goal, as Tariq said, because they get an early goal. They've already got the confidence. They can just literally just see that game out. Like, do you know what I mean? And we can try as hard as we want to. Just not going to be enough. Do you know what I mean? So if we got to start fast. We got to be aggressive. We can't let them settle even past. Like, got to get in and around Odegaard. He's been pulling the strings for them. Make sure he doesn't have a good game. And yeah, man, I think that's it. I mean, even if Zinchenko comes back into this, yeah, I'm shutting him down straight away. I'm making sure Saliba's on skates, fam. Van Rashford, I'm pulling him about. If Elanga starts, I'm making runs off of him. Like, I'm trying to do as much as I can to just unsettle him. Because if we need to kind of do that, because he's full of confidence coming into first 4 games for Arsenal, calm. Man's thinking this is a joke. Like, he's just come from the French league. He said that was a lot harder than this. So we got to make sure that gets shut down pretty early too. But hey, it's going to be a good game. That's what I know. It's going to be a good game, because always United Arsenal is always some drama. There's always goals. We don't really have many stalemates. So, but hey, next week, Sunday, Super Sunday, I can't wait to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Big up, later. I'm going to let him have. Go on, have your say before you have your food.
I came on just because when I heard Arsenal and United, I was just like, I have to get home now. So yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, see you later. We're on a time constraint. Man's giving me a monologue. Talk to me about the game. Go on.
You're gonna get me out again. Okay. So what I think about the game is, first of all, I'm really excited for our Neymar to come in.
So this one, I'm actually not disrespecting you. Roland said he needs to go. Roland, shout out.
Yo, people, make sure you subscribe to Pros Only Sports. We got a lot of content coming over the next few weeks. And yeah, make sure you look into Eagle Eye Football. These guys are doing a great job. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Peace, people.
Also saying he looked like Nketiah.
Brother, there's no Hey, think about it, I'll take the compliment, because he looks like a kid in it. So because black don't crack, you know what I'm saying?
You know that already.
You already know. But anyway, peace, people.
Hey, peace, my bro.
Big up, bro.
Whoa, Roland is hungry as well. Wow. Okay. So I'm really excited for the game, because, like, I think Anthony is gonna be our Neymar. I can't wait to see him, like, smashing Arsenal. I can't wait to see Casemiro playing as well. I can't wait to see the squad where we have Martinez, Varane, we're having Casemiro, we're having Anthony as well. So, you sod knob. Who's that? Moss, you better behave next time. Because I think you're bold. Probably next time I'll give you some hair. Oh, silly knob.
I thought you said Roland was shooting a hair commercial then.
God, I'm so good. Sorry.
Come on. You said who you was looking forward to see Martinez, Varane.
Bro, I'm just reading the comments. Like,
hey, keep your composure, man. Come on, you're losing your head here. Come on, Hamza.
I just hope Arsenal lose. That's it. God help me. Where's Oltz? Where's that knob?
Oh wow. You
The
won
guy,
2 games, now you call it out for
the guy
Oates.
now thinks that he's won the Premier League, probably. Just can't wait till the end of the season because we're probably not gonna finish in the top 4.
You
Let's
can't
be
wait for
honest.
the end of the season already.
Yeah. Like I think things are gonna get worse because Varane's gonna get injured at some point. Ronaldo's probably gonna get injured at some point as well. We're probably like Jadon Sancho or Marcus Rashford are gonna be out at some point as well. So
Oltz, join. Oltz, join.
We're gonna get screwed. Yeah, join. Come on, go on. So anyway, so what was I saying? Oh god, yeah. So we're gonna get screwed in the middle of the season. Like that's for real. Because or if he rotates the entire squad, then we might be okay, but not what I expect. Like I think.
What about this game? What about this game coming up next week Sunday?
Oh, this game we're gonna smash you. Like we're gonna smash you.
I remember the last time you said that.
Ain't gonna do crap. Like we're only like. By the way, for your information, people, we're only playing because of the manager. Like the manager is the reason why we won these last 2 games. Those players are not good enough. The board is not. The board doesn't sod all this season. So like we've won basically those 2 games because of Erik ten Hag. That's for a fact. He dropped Maguire. He dropped Shaw. He changed the midfield. He changed the attack. Like even though I don't agree with, but he changed the entire squad basically. And like if this set of group get injured, then we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. I'm hoping for them to keep fit the entire game.
Hamza.
Yeah.
The last time you didn't play without Maguire and without Shaw, guess what? We still beat you. I remember that, right? Maguire was sat on the bench.
We played with who?
You played with Telles, you played with Varane, and
Telles is shit.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's
Malacia absolutely put Salah in his pocket. He was even playing with his 2 pockets where to put Salah.
Yeah,
like
that's decent. But then you still lost without Maguire and without Shaw against us.
We played with Telles and Lindelof.
It's gonna be a difficult game for you. Hey,
it's gonna be a more difficult game for you because you're playing at Old Trafford. You're gonna feel trapped. You're gonna feel trapped. Like you're in hell.
Okay.
Oltz is gonna be probably in front of the TV crying, "Oh my God, what happened? What happened? Where's Hamza? I might tell him we're top of the league." Oh, that's probably gonna be Oltz.
Hamza, it was a pleasure having you back. But there is a new segment called Get Out Light for the under 18s. So
okay, bye. Whatever.
That's your spot. Don't worry. Make sure you tune in next week. Well, it's good to see you, bro. And all the best. All the best against
all the best for Palace as well. Okay, bye everybody. Bye vibes.
He does make me laugh. Oh man, Nate.
Yeah. What's up?
I know we're gonna do the Brentford preview, but just quickly, thoughts on the 2 decisions that went against us yesterday? Do you think they were justified?
Well, they say that when it goes against you, it evens out towards later on in the season. And let's be fair, we had a couple of decisions that went for us last season that were a bit, including against Man City, Laporte's red card, and well, you know, it is what it is. Like no VAR or anything. City still would have won the game, so can't really be too salty about refereeing decisions. But yeah, Darren England, that guy is Mark Clattenburg Mark II, bruv.
He's so bad, isn't he?
He is just, pardon my French, but I'll see you next Tuesday. That's all that is. But now, listen, it is what it is. You know, same way some teams out here are getting a bit too gassed after winning 2 games. You know, things can fall off very quickly. You look at the Arsenal fans and the people at Tariq who know full well this could end next week. This could end a week later. It is what it is. But look, if you'd have offered us 4 points out of Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Villa, we'd have bitten your hand off. So, yeah, Moss, I was referring to the Man United fans when I said 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you was on about Man United fans, don't worry.
I think Moss might be a little bit on nipping time at the moment. But now, look, don't get me wrong. Listen, obviously, it's not nice knowing that if that was the other end of the pitch, City probably would have got the goal given. Bearing in mind that when Ayew scored, Ederson had played the ball out, so it wasn't even as if he was fouled. So I'm a bit mystified as to how VAR didn't catch that. But look, we all know refereeing in England is dead food, so let's not kid ourselves and say, "Oh, we got the best league in the world." Have you seen our referees? Yeah, we got a long way to go. Listen, it is what it is. I mean, it could be worse. We could support Millwall or Charlton.
Absolutely. I think the reason it didn't go to VAR is because down English, he blew his whistle. Yeah. Had he not blown his whistle, then VAR would have had a look. And then I think would have been given the goal.
Yeah. But look, Darren English is Mark Clattenburg Mark 2, bruv. I don't want to hear nobody try and defend this guy. He cost us points in the Newcastle game, cost us points yesterday. Granted, City were a better team in the second half, no issue with that.
Yeah, they were brilliant.
Who have you got this week? So you got Brentford coming up in midweek, and then on the weekend, Newcastle.
Brentford and Newcastle, yeah.
What would you say you're expecting out of those 2 games?
4 points.
3 points. Beat Brentford, probably lose to Newcastle.
Yeah, four's pretty. Newcastle are a very good side. I know. Did any of you catch the Wolves game today? Because I thought Wolves were very good, but the fact that Newcastle dug in and stayed in that game, I think those 2 are probably the best teams outside the Big 6 right now, and playing that football. So, yeah, man, Newcastle will be difficult away from home, of course.
I want revenge for that game last season, though. Trust me.
Almiron
needs to piss off, mate.
Yeah, that was a good goal he scored against you.
Good question.
Brentford's also going to be a difficult one as well, though. But Palace are certainly good enough.
Yeah, we need to be winning that game, to be honest. And that's no slander to Brentford because they're a decent side. But if we want any aspirations, these are the games we need to be. Like same with
at home. Is it at home?
At home, yeah.
Look, you got to remember, we failed to beat Brentford home and away last season. Yes, we got 2 points out of it, but we're looking at Brentford at home and away and thinking that should be 6 points. So we need to just get the job done. Come hell or high water.
This is it.
If you win out, I don't care. If
really, I've had a difficult start.
Head, I don't care. I just want to win and move. All we gotta do.
And no, I am not. He's coming out my team. I don't care.
Of course.
I'm so annoyed.
Trust me, man. This is where Salah does a mad thing now against Newcastle midweek. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Stick for 1 week, bro. Hold on with me.
He's going.
Rich.
9 goals, no goal contributions.
And he'll score a hat trick against Newcastle now. You know what Salah's like, bro? It's Salah.
Well, I'm gassed. I had Kane and Haaland, so I'm living a life right now.
Kane could have had a hat trick himself, bro.
Yeah, but he missed a penalty, boy.
That's like -3 points or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but he still scored twice though, so it's still 14 points, I think. And I captained Haaland as well, so that's a nice little 28 points.
It's more than that, and he got 17. Oh, he got 34.
That's mad. And Eve, how you doing, bro?
Evening. How we doing, everyone? What's going on? What's the crack? What's the bleeding story?
Are you Tuchel out yet?
Behave yourself. I was watching your show yesterday. You really need to start behaving yourself. This is why I'm going to be giving you counselling sessions come end of season, because you start ripping Frank Lampard about shooting and deflections and everything. I'm going to sort you out one day, Tariq. Your football knowledge is absolute whack, but big up to all of you. These Arsenal fans, man. God bless you all, though. Listen, look, we got the job done. Gallagher's going to learn the hard way, I think, at Stamford Bridge, but it is what it is. We got the job done. Raheem got 2 goals, so happy for him. Apart from that, it was backs against the wall, and we go again next week.
And if does Gallagher play another game for you before the window, after the window closes? Because I'm not saying that he's going to come to us, but then I know like Everton are interested. I think in part of like the situation.
I'll be honest with you, Rich. I don't see him going because he's getting game time. I really don't see him going. I think Tuchel really likes Gallagher, and in our loss to, I think in the second half against Leeds, he was all right. I just think he needs time. But the thing is this, ultimately, he's at the wrong club. I've always said when it comes to young players, you need to go and play. You need to go to a club which one plays a system where you'll thrive in, and another is where you'll be given time. And Palace was the perfect place for him. It was a perfect, when you've got it right, he should have begged or he should have forced to move back out to Palace. And I just think he's going to learn the hard way at Chelsea, and that doesn't mean he's going to be successful neither. So I personally don't see him leaving. If he does, I think it'd be better for him. If he goes to like somewhere like Everton and he can thrive, then fair enough. But I just don't see him leaving. I really don't. I think Tuchel loves him too much. I think he's basically another Mason Mount.
Fair enough. Obviously, there's rumours about Wilf as well. As a Chelsea fan, one, would you be happy to take him?
100%, bro.
Do you think
100% Wilf? I don't personally think it'll happen because I think we'll have to. I think we'll have to pay big money, because I don't believe Palace will allow Wilf to go for like 10 or 15 million. I think that'll be stupid. So I think if we pay like something, how many years has he got left? Is he in his final year?
It's last year of his contract.
Yeah, I think if we push for 30 million, I think Palace might think about it or something. But I'll be honest with you, would I take him? 1,000,000%, I would take him. I think he's absolutely fantastic.
Because you need a striker.
Yeah.
Right? So where would you play him?
I think what will happen is I think he moves Raheem to the right, and I think he puts Wilf on the left. I think that's what happens, and I think Mason Mount comes back in midfield, and Batshuayi and Kai. Yeah, I still think we're stuck with him because there was still. Listen, look, a lot of people said to me during the summer that there's not a lot of good strikers around. At the time, I said there are plenty of strikers. Newcastle signed one earlier this week. Newcastle have done their business. They've been hush about it, but they got their striker in, the guy who was linked to Arsenal as well, in Isaac. So, and Tony's there, who's available. Is he worth the gamble for 40, 50 million? I think he is. And I'm sure there are many others, but would I take him? Yes. I think I personally think Wilf is underrated. And I think that's because I think Palace are disrespected because he plays for Palace. So as a result of that, I've watched Wilfried Zaha, and I think there's a lot of quality in him. He should be playing in a top 6 team, in my opinion. He should have been there a long time ago. I don't think he got a fair crack at United because of what he was up to. But
allegedly,
what he was up to as a footballer. Listen, I'm not making no comments. I'm talking about his footballing ability. But ultimately, look, would I take him 100%? I think he's worth it. I really do. Listen, quality is quality at the end of the day. If you said to me, would I take Lewandowski at his age? Yes. Quality is quality. Simple as that.
Hanif, you mentioned that you see Mason Mount dropping back into midfield, and then with the likes of Kante, I know he's out injured at the moment, but when Kante's back, Kovacic, if you add in Mason Mount into the midfield with Jorginho, do you really see Conor Gallagher getting a lot of game time there, if that is going to be the case?
I don't think he'll get. Well, that's a nice scenario to be in if Kante and Kovacic are ever fit. But no, I don't see Conor Gallagher getting a lot of game time at Chelsea. And then if those players are fit.
His goal is to try and get into that World Cup squad for England, though, isn't it? So if he's not going to get the consistent game time, he's not going to be very happy at all.
Tariq, you forgot who the manager is of England. Yeah. He'll probably get there anyway. Don't worry about that. I'm telling you, Maguire makes that team. He's not in the United team. I think what happens with Conor Gallagher is I think he'll get game time, be in and out of the team, and that's it. That's it. He doesn't start in front of Kovacic and Kante. Hell no.
JC, I'm going to come back to this question from Moss for you, but we're going to Pulisic, I believe. JC, how much would you want for Wilf? How much would you say, okay, you know what, we've got to let him go?
I think it's a tough one. Are we saying in our current scenario where he's only got a year left?
Yeah. Exactly. We've got until Thursday.
I think what I would do is I'd go head over heels and try and do everything possible to put him on a new deal, because I think that I will probably say this. I think he's more valuable as a Palace player than the actual money that we'd get for him, because he's only on 1 year left. I think if he still had 2 or 3 years, I'm thinking 70 million right now. I think 70 million, I'd probably take it, because with that kind of money, you can take it, you can get someone that has got similar attributes. You could probably get Madueke for about 30, 35 million, who will be the ideal replacement for him. Yeah. And then you still got 30 million to improve the rest of the squad. So you could, with the rest of that money, you could buy a proper backup left back, a proper right back, and that other midfielder that we're crying out for right now.
Badly. Nate, if you're there, how much would you take from?
I suppose, as JC says, it depends on what scenario you're putting in. Obviously, he does have 1 year left, so you can't get the money we were looking for back in 2018. But I would like to say, if any of the big clubs are trying to get him on the cheap, don't do what Arsenal did and offer 40 million and then spend 32 extra on Nicolas Pepe. Just say
Klarna, bro.
No.
You didn't offer Klarna to us, fam.
No. Let's get it right. Oh, Zaha ain't worth 70 million. Spends 2 million more on Nicolas Pepe. Okay.
I've sort of got it in my mind about what we could actually do with that money if it was 70 million, but I know it won't be. Mate, you just get Madueke and then you get Seko Fofana, so you link up Decore with his brethren again, and then you got some beast on midfield.
Yeah.
Mad.
Rich, what are you saying on that? Because I've got my opinion, but I want to hear yours first on Will Zaha. How much is there? What price would you sell?
If we can't keep him.
By the way, Rich, before you start, I'm going to say we're looking at 25, 30 because he's got 1 year left. We'd have to take that. Let's be real. But having said that, I don't see many clubs spending that kind of money knowing that he's going for free in the summer.
So that's the problem we have. So that's why, as Jordan said, we have
got to try everything to put him on a new deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
But valuation, if he had to go, we've got to try and get the absolute bare minimum 30. Anything between the 30, 40 range. We have, like anything less than that, we've done ourselves in.
100%.
Really done ourselves in.
Do you know what? I actually agree with you three in terms of in the fact that if Leicester are asking for 40 to 50 million for Tielemans, and the reason why is because exactly what JC said there. In Leicester's case, they know that they can't replace Tielemans for the quality that he has for that 30 million or 25 million. They know that. So it's better for them to keep him on for that year and then make it a next year's problem where you got like a new reset in terms of the transfer budget. And I think that's the exact same for you guys for Zaha. If you got 30 million for Zaha, there's no one that you can get this late on in the window without properly, doing the tapping up, getting Dougie Friedman to send messages, send flowers for Christmas, them things there. We'll welcome you in, because anyone of that quality is going to be kept at their club. And if you do get someone, they're going to be asking for ridiculous money. So I'd keep him, and maybe 50, unless Chelsea are willing to pay 50, and I don't think they will.
Well, put it this way, they're looking at paying stupid money for Gordon, and I think I saw something. I think for every goal that he's scored in the Premier League, it's 20 mil per goal, and it's all scuffed goals as well. He hasn't scored a proper goal. Everything's a deflection.
And Zaha is looking in the form of his life right now, by the way. I feel
3 goals in 3 games, and I think he's had 3 consecutive years where he scored 10 plus goals,
Yeah.
and people are saying he's got no end product.
Yeah,
It's good that people have got this image of him in his head, because we know that he's got end product. So as long as people are thinking he ain't got none, then it's good for us. It's good for us.
Cool. Let's just whiz through these. There's a couple of questions in the comments. We'll whiz through them and we'll wrap up. So Henry Pulisic, what's happening with him?
Bro, we're trying to keep him fit, innit? The guy's freaking injury prone. I don't, for some odd reason, I think Tuchel's fallen out with a lot of the attacking players at Chelsea, and I think Pulisic is a really good player. Unfortunately, he's not been at the races since his initial season, where he scored 10 league goals, and then he got injured in the FA Cup final against Arsenal. If he didn't get injured, we'd have won that game, because he was by far the best player on the pitch. But I just think he's fallen out with the manager, and I think he'll be gone if a bid comes in. But yeah, I think that's it really for Paulie.
Big up Ferbs, guys. Listen, watch this space. Ferbs channel coming soon.
Big up Ferbs.
Pause Patrol.
Oh, is that what it's called? I'm sorry, I was thinking, what did I say?
No, I'm not saying pause tweet. I tell you about the Ferbs is in our heads rent free. That's what it is.
Literally, that he's got us all on skates, like pausing everything. Big up to the chairman. Who's trying to make it? Oh, snap, CM. Proper lastminute.com. What up, C? Big up, chairman. Yeah, Gallagher needs to get game time, so he's got a massive decision to make. You know, he's got a big decision to make.
He's made the wrong decision anyway, Rich. So ultimately, he's not got good people around him, in my opinion. Because if he had a good football league agent, he would have told him, "Listen, you need to push a move to go somewhere, either back to Palace or somewhere else."
Yeah.
If you wanted to be in that World Cup team.
Absolutely. SARS on 100 and
it's 125.
Yeah.
Damn. Palace are paying big money.
What do you
Premier
call it?
League, man.
Now, what we were saying is that at the time, it was 70 million back in 2018. Now he's on the last year of contract, so it's not that. Elise is not fully fit yet. He'll be back soon. Don't worry. He'll be back soon.
You never even had a preseason, Moss, so it's going to take him a while.
It's going to take a bit of time. Let's see. It might just be better to use him for the season, let him walk for free. As much as that hurts, I think so. Because I think we need the replacement in before he goes. As opposed to
people think we'll have the money and then they'll put the prices up again.
Yeah.
That's what always happens.
Which, bear in mind, if we sell Zaha, United get a percentage of whatever we get for him as part of the sell-on clause. They're letting them go for free, they get nothing.
Yeah, United in the mud. That's what I like to hear, mate.
With Zaha, thanks again.
A lot of Palace attack goes through Zaha. You know what? We've actually spread the attack around, you know. Like this season.
It goes a lot through Elise and Eze these days, boy.
A lot. Zaha's just there to put the ball in the back of the net.
That's what I was going to say.
No,
he's a bit more final third now than progressing.
Yeah, it's more.
What's Edward saying? What's Edward saying?
Playing well, needs to find his shooting boots, but he is playing well. That's the simplest way I can put it. Let's see. Why not a new deal with a proper buyout clause? Because a new deal will give him his last year of his contract. I think if he signs a new deal, he's got Palace for life.
Yeah, this is his last big contract he's going to get.
That's why the decision's so big. Like I wouldn't begrudge him wanting to get European football. Like,
exactly.
I can't begrudge that and stuff.
Then again, though, with this Vieira revolution, is Europe really that far away right now?
Good question.
That's the thing he has to ask himself as well. Can this team get there?
I think that's what he's asking a question of you guys. Are you going to show that ambition to take me there?
Yeah.
I think what I'm more worried about is Elise, because I know that guy's got zero
yes. No loyalty.
He has no loyalty to us whatsoever. So if any club,
what makes you say that? What's he said to say?
Put it this way. He came. So put it this way, Henny. If he came through Reading's academy, yeah. So he was at Man City's academy, Arsenal's academy, got released. He came through at Reading, and then some DMs got leaked of him trying to chirp some girl, and he said, "Yo, I'm out of this small club. I'm going Prem soon." and he came through the academy at that.
And moving on to bigger things, B. That's what he said.
Man City, Arsenal.
With an X.
It's a treacherous world, man.
So yeah, man's gone the second he can, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm I big up for all the comments, by the way, guys. Sorry if I haven't addressed absolutely every one of them, but I think this is a good time to get CM to obviously have this say on the deal.
Yes,
84 million, Anthony, which takes your spending up to 180 ish.
It's like 200, ain't it?
Or close to 200. Let's see. You've got Casemiro, Martinez, Anthony.
Oh yeah, Casemiro. Yep.
Yeah.
Casemiro. Yeah, it's getting up to 200 million.
Enough, close enough. Yeah.
Getting to quarter of a billion ranges.
I mean, boy, it was a situation. It's all based on how we've operated in this transfer window, to be honest, man. It's been shambolic, so shambolic. I think at the start of the transfer window, a lot of us fans were willing to give the likes of John Murtough opportunity because they just come into the job, but also in the back of our minds, we've been thinking, yo, like these guys, they've been within the club before, and you know, they've been a part of the past failure of the previous regime. Huh?
Nah, that's brilliant.
But yeah, they've been a part of the failures of the previous regime. So if anything, this has proved that point right, and it's been a sticky situation because obviously we have gotten in players. But I would say the last couple of weeks or so, the last 2 to 3 weeks has been shambolic because it's been a situation where, you know, we've been linked with all kinds of players that we shouldn't have been linked with, to be honest, but just because the club have started to panic due to, you know, the rumors of the change in ownership, people wanting to buy the club, they've started to panic and are trying to get all of these deals over the line. The likes of Casemiro, who we didn't really hear of up until a certain point of time, and Anthony, who was there long before, but in the end of the day, we could have got him for cheaper if we did get him at the beginning of the window when we were in for him originally. So it is a bad deal, and there's going to be a lot of pressure regardless of him coming over from the Eredivisie, and just because of the way he's conducted himself with the interview with Fabrizio Romano, with the way he's wanting to leave Ajax vocally. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on him to perform from the beginning.
Definitely. I'm not a big Cody Gakpo fan, but yo, I agree, bro. I agree.
See him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Not reading your comments. What comment? I didn't read it. I put it up and I saluted that you were here. What comment did you have? Oh, he said he wanted to show you love. That's what it was. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. And look, love people. Love people. He's in his feelings again. Dear me. David Lee, my guy.
Ayo.
Just got in from church. Hope everyone's good. Have I missed one out, Realist?
Yeah.
But thank you. It's becoming an agenda now, isn't it? Like, honestly, I don't know what I've done to you. Big up, Jamie. I hope you're doing well, my guy. It's been a while. You know we're still here. You're always welcome.
He's been hiding. I understand why he's been hiding. Now I'm only joking, Jamie. I know you're not hiding.
So that left. Richard's about to start. See him. We know your fans can be, and I think we'll end it on this. We know your fans can be very fickle.
Mm-hmm.
You had this Glazers out protest and stuff. Is it going to get quiet again now that you've made signings?
Honestly, I think it already has. I think the build up to that Liverpool game, the Glazers out was trending on Twitter, on social media, and there was so much buzz around it. But after that result, something just seemed to die down. And even though there was still a lot of people, and there still is a lot of people on social media saying Glazers out and being very vocal about the situation. The same things happened with this Southampton result as well. I feel like, everybody will start to focus on what's going on the football pitch. And that was the thing. That's why a lot of people have been vocal about not just being, speaking about the ownership over the summer, but when the season starts as well, because what happens on the pitch can be extremely distracting. And that has happened for the last few years, at least as a Manchester United fan. All summer, it's been a bad transfer window, and then the Glazers are getting all of the criticism. And as soon as the season starts, it's then the agendas that are on the players. And that's another issue, is a lot of the fans, they, not saying you can't criticize players, but there are a lot of unnecessary agendas put upon these players, and people are ignorant to the fact that there are people up top, i.e. the ownership and the board, who are contributing to those failures on the football pitch year in, year out.
Have you heard that chant that they were singing?
Yeah,
Bruno
your boy Benzino, realist, all right? Yeah, that's your boy.
That chant, that chant's disgusting, man. It made me feel sick taking our chant, man. Yeah,
it's the giddy crew, man. The man them getting too giddy after signing Donny's.
To be fair though, we did take Palace's chant. We sing "Glad all over" for Xhaka. We sing it for now.
Shameless.
That's disgusting. It's for him. What a waste, man.
Brother,
Right, do you know what? Yeah, you know what? The fact that Arsenal done that right now, I want to see us spin half their team for that. Bastardizing Glad all over. Get out of here.
We've got Granit Xhaka and he's all right.
Bro, that's a cuss. That's not even like a song, bro. Yo, Rich, remove him off the StreamYard. Change the passwords. Change the passwords. Bro, 2-factor authentication. He can't be allowed in here again.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Don't go anywhere. She's supposed to be somewhere. Why did you react like that? Sorry. Why are you so upset?
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
Did you pay him off?
Who?
Onesie, it's looking like you paid him off. You're bad.
So they took the trip to StreamYard, bruv.
Tariq, you belong to the streets.
Oh man.
Tariq's literally saying this.
You'll have to just get used to it. There's not much else we can do. We just move on.
Oh man.
Oh, Tariq, I'll call you later. Let's wrap it up there, boy, before we get ourselves into trouble, man. But big up everyone inside. Tariq, you started trouble, you know.
I haven't done anything.
You started. Actually, speaking of, hey, where's Realist? Can you pronounce Manchukushina in it? Can you pronounce it?
Manchukushina. Oh man, this Realist versus Rich thing, man. We saw KSI in a boxing match. Yeah, we need to see Realist and Rich.
No, but he sent for me yesterday as well for no reason.
Hey, I'm still waiting for that diss track.
I know. Realist trying to pronounce Eze's name was
Richie.
Yeah, I was like, "What's his brother's name?" I'm not saying that.
No, did you know what he said? You may need to get players with proper names, not this foolishness here.
He actually sounded like him as well, didn't they?
Big up Chino, big up Chino.
Man in the kitchen.
Bad.
Nah,
Oh,
Rich, when he tried to pronounce a Bue, he was like, "What is that?"
Wait, have he disappeared from the comments? Where is he? Oh no! I hope I haven't upset him. Oh.
I'm telling you, man, he's training for the boxing fight now. He's after you.
This was the best one, though.
Will Hanks.
Easy.
Mondo talks Glazers out. At KG sucks. # Rich out.
Get it trending.
I know, man. The pressure's moved off of CM. Now it's Rich.
You know what? Yeah, it needs to be Rich versus Realist at like a 1v1 in goals or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, that. Do you know what? That's probably the. Hey JC, that's a new thing, man. You know when you got football YouTube beef and that 1v1.
Yeah, 1v1 in goals, bro.
Wembley. Yeah.
Wembley. It has to be.
Realist is already stuttering and mumbling his words. After I spin him on the football pitch as well, it's going to be
people. Call him out to play Wembley at goals, bro. That's how we sort the beef.
That's how we squash it. Yeah. No refereeing and that.
He said it wasn't
Nipping Express, man. Not Polar Express, Nippon Express.
The Sharma Express.
Madness.
Or is it delivered on Sharma Prime, yeah?
He's so rattled he dropped a hashtag in the England.
You know what? You can just see him shaking with rage right now. Triggered intensifies.
These guys.
Yo, be careful. Some of your keys might pop off, mate.
But you know what? It's so bad, yeah. He might actually summon Kenwin Jones to come deal with us.
Or Shaka Islam.
Shaka Islam. Oh, stop.
Right.
Wrap it.
It's coming for JC.
Casey Penny.
I know. You know, yeah. He jumped in on the Transfer Weekly. Said JC Penny. I was like, "What's up, fakest?" And the man was gone. And didn't come back.
Oh, stop.
Listen. Let people know where they can find you, bro.
No, man, I came too late for that, bro. Make sure you go drop a like and subscribe to Eagle Eyed Football, man. It'll be too disrespectful for me.
Plug your channel, man. Shut up.
Let me plug it for him. CM22ENT. You'll find that on Twitch.
On all digital platforms.
Join the 22s, yeah, in the Discord server. You know where to do it. Find it.
And you know where to support Jerk Pan FC as well. JPFC.
Don't find my link on Spotify.
when they vote, I think there was a new name, wasn't it?
Oh, the More Fire crew, innit?
No, man. No.
The More Fire crew.
What was the new name?
We want a referendum, man, like Brexit.
Listen, the choice is made. Ask David Lee.
David Lee, you know, what was the new name? I don't know if it was like like jerking it is also. It was a bit mad still.
I'll take that. I'll have that one.
Yeah, listen, the vote was More Fire crew, innit? We had some perpetrators trying to create a breakaway club called FC Jerk Off Pan, fam.
You see, CM, yeah. You see, CM, yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. He complains about the Glazers and their dictatorship, but he won't even let us have our nickname. You know what I mean?
He's out.
Nah, man. This, you know what I mean? This King John on CM, man, at Jet Pan FC. I'm not having it.
Listen, I'm a man of the people, fam. The people are turning against me.
Hey, Ian, don't worry about it. Just set happy on them. They'll realize
We need
that.
We need that. We need that meme now for CM. You know that, officer. I've not committed offence. That one. You need that one for CM now.
That's just like up Jack Pan's local rivals, Circle Jack.
Oh wow! Wild.
Oh man.
Oh, Mox. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie, you might have to change the name properly. To be fair, because I don't think he's not gonna stop.
Check it
No,
out. Pressure's on his
gonna lie.
neck, man. For real.
This channel could get luck after the way this is going, you know.
CM22 ENT on Twitter and on Twitch, people. It's mad. Have you got your
Appreciate
schedule out?
Yes, sir.
Have you got your schedule?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, he has. There you go, then.
Hello, jerks. I've got carnival, but let's stick to Jollof. Oh, boy. Hanif.
Let's not go for this rice and peas jollof war. There's going to be murder on this stream.
In about 2 weeks, we'll say rice and ketchup anyway.
Nah, about rice and
Hanif, where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me here, there, and everywhere on Eagle Eye Football.
Are you dodging Munzi as well by the chance? Because obviously you
No, I was on his. I was on his platform today.
All right, good. So you're actually where you're supposed to be, right?
I'm everywhere. So yeah, so you can find me here, there, and everywhere. Munzi Talks, Tariq Talks, Eagle Eye Football, Kyle Streamer. You know the rest.
Space as well. We need to get a space sorted this week, and we'll talk.
You're too busy. Tariq. You're on top of table. Top of league.
You need a space. You're too busy, and you're on top of the table. This is sounding a bit. Pause.
No.
Tell him again, folks.
Twitter space, man. Yo.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
I big up, mate. Where's he gone?
Oh no, vibes.
Mate, we're gonna turn into Eagle-Eyed Dad out here in a minute.
Yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, okay, no, we gotta lock it off now before this goes from the left.
Hey, vibes, fam. This ain't some certain hot tub stream on Twitch, fam. Calm down.
Vibes, man. Andrew Tate got cancelled. You're gonna get cancelled as well. Calm down, bro.
Oh my god.
Mate, where can he find you?
Oh, you can find me on Eagle-Eyed Football if I'm actually able to. Boy. Oh, I'm laughing too hard, but yeah, Eagle-Eyed Football, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Don't put any more comments up. It's gone wild.
This is too much.
No.
I can't even point today. I don't even want to try it.
Do it, bro. Come on.
Know where it is.
Nah, that's cheating.
Smashed it. That is there. Transfer Weekly is wrapped up. We've done it every single Friday of every single week in the window without fail, and we're doing a deadline day stream Thursday. Check it out at 10 p.m. till 11:30, where we'll go half an hour after the windows close. We'll wrap everything up in one big stream, and we'll see you there.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, guys, big up, special like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe if you do.
Wait, one second. There's only one thing left to say about this.
Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, Bev.
Yo. Hey, big man thing. How is CM? How am I shouting out CM's thing? I don't even get to shout out mine.
Big man thing, yeah. It's looking good, Bev.
Let me do the honors, man. Tariq Talks on YouTube, fam. Twitch. Cause people neglect Twitch, you know. People need to follow up on Twitch, real talk. Cause it's different kind of content even on Tariq Talks on Twitch that you miss out on. So make sure you follow over there. Make sure you join on Discord, all of them things there, socials, Twitter, Instagram. If you ain't joining, fam, you're just not. You shouldn't even be in the chat. What are you doing here, man?
Listen, bro. Let's go. Let's get it, man. I'm here, Rude Boy. Yeah, rap, football, everything, man. That's my things, Rude Boy. Do you know what I mean? And you can find me on IG and so forth, man. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Honestly, guys, big up to all of you. I'm sorry, apologies. I got so distracted with the comments. I thought you had to plug your channel pause just in case. But yeah, love to everyone. A lot of content coming out this week. Obviously, got game Tuesday. Got Brentford preview tomorrow. So much streams coming. But anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe. Listen, I'm gonna have to do this fast. I'm gonna have to get rid of everyone very quick and stuff. I need a new intro. CM, I need to chat to you.
Top of the league. Top of the league.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Oh, we got to finish properly. It's not
Top of the league.
It's me or something. Unrealist, you pagan.